You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by as we get you caught up with everything surrounding the New York Knicks. In today's video, we have some major rumors to talk about when it comes to Donovan Mitchell and where he is going to be playing basketball next season. We've also got major rumors on Johnnie Bryant, the assistant head coach for your New York Knicks. And we also have an update from Isaiah Hartenstein on what he plans to do this summer, if it's re-signed with the Knicks, test his free agency value, and how much the New York Knicks can pay him. A lot to dive into. Hit that thumbs up icon, and let's get into it. Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report said this about Donovan Mitchell. The buzz in NBA circles suggests that barring a run to the NBA Finals, Donovan Mitchell will decline an extension and look elsewhere, and the Cavaliers are more likely than not to move him well before he can leave outright as a free agent. Like we have told you for almost 16 months now on this channel, Donovan Mitchell does not want to be a Cleveland Cavalier. Donovan Mitchell is not going to sign an extension with the Cavs, and the Cavs are most likely going to trade him prior to him being an unrestricted free agent. We've talked about this maybe once, maybe twice, maybe 1,000 times on this channel. The Cavaliers do not want to go, like we've reported on this channel, into another summer with an uncertain future and question being answered from Mitchell if he wants to be here. And they have learned from LeBron James leaving in free agency for nothing. They are not going to let that happen with Mitchell again. That was a report that we broke down maybe 12 months ago. Mitchell does have a player option following next season. So ultimately, if he is going to decline this, he will enter 2024 on a one-year deal. Almost like when I told you guys almost 24 months ago that the Jazz had no leverage because his contract really was starting to kick in. It's almost everything we said about him is coming true. Donovan Mitchell, could the Knicks trade for him? I'll break that down in a second, but I want to gauge the audience with this question. Will Donovan Mitchell ever be a member of the New York Knicks? Will it ever happen? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm not shutting the door on Mitchell ever being a part of the New York Knicks organization. I actually think that one day it probably is going to happen. The Knicks want him here. He wants to be here. And I think that we have learned that Brunson can have success with another small guard in the lineup next to him. He's done it with Dante DiVincenzo. He's done it with Deuce and Dante on the floor. And he also had great success with Emmanuel Quickley. But that is not why we are talking about this in today's video. Yes, we're going to keep you up to date with everything Donovan Mitchell related. I know you guys are big fans, and there's always been a long smoke trail of him potentially being a Knick. But the reason for today's video goes so much further. Johnnie Bryant could be the next coach for the Brooklyn Nets. And you're like, Marshall, how does this tie in with Donovan Mitchell? Stay tapped in right here. We'll break it down to you. Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports said Knicks assistant Johnnie Bryant has been another name presented as a potential first-time head coaching candidate as the Brooklyn Nets look to fill the vacancy this summer. Johnnie Bryant is more than deserving to be a head coach in the NBA. He has been excellent for the Knicks, and I honestly think he deserves more credit for the maturation of Tom Thibodeau, for the in-game adjustments and changes of the Knicks. I think Johnnie Bryant deserves a lot of credit for that. And I think the offense they're running, the new schemes, the new ways to get Brunson the ball off ball, all comes back to Johnnie Bryant. Every player that has ever played under Bryant as an assistant coach, whether it be in Utah or whether it be with the Knicks, love him. Emmanuel Quickley loved him. He talked about it in his Player Tribune article. He loves and has a great relationship with Julius Randle. RJ Barrett loves him. Brunson has praised him. But the Brooklyn Nets, you really think you're slick, don't you? You really think you're slick now, Brooklyn. Donovan Mitchell wants out, and now you want to hire Johnnie Bryant as your head coach. Nothing gets past the peak, baby. I got a nose for this stuff. They're trying to make it happen. They want Johnnie Bryant as the head coach, and they want Donovan Mitchell next to Mikal Bridges. The Nets have almost more picks than anybody in the league to make a deal because they did trade Kyrie Irving for a first-round pick, and they did trade Kevin Durant to the Phoenix Suns for 4 first-round picks. So they have the draft ammunition to make a trade for Mitchell. And they know that if Johnnie Bryant is the coach of the Nets, that is going to make Donovan Mitchell want to come there. because they love each other. This is a direct quote from Donovan Mitchell on Johnnie Bryant. I love him to death, man. He's a guy who wants me to be the best. In 3 years, he's pushed me past my limits. He's talking about their time that they spent together with the Utah Jazz. They are great friends. They really, really are. But D. Mitch, brother, I just want better for you, and it's not even to just come to the Knicks. I hope you learn from Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. They thought they could go to the Brooklyn Nets and make them cool. You can't. You simply can't. The Brooklyn Nets are a joke of a franchise. They don't have any fans. Has anyone ever met a Brooklyn Nets fan? Maybe a New Jersey Nets fan, but who the hell is a Brooklyn Nets fan? That's a joke. But I will say Donovan Mitchell and Mikal Bridges is pretty dang nice. And if I was the Nets, this is a course of action and a plan of action that I would also make. Because I know if I get Donovan Mitchell and I can pair him with Bridges and I can get Johnnie Bryant to attract Donovan Mitchell, that puts the Nets right back on track to compete in the East. No doubt about it. They really think they're slick, don't they? Oh, the peak's peaking, baby. I know exactly what they're up to. My question to you is this, and it might be a rhetorical question. Who is the real basketball team in New York? Is it the frauds at the Barclays Center, or is it the orange and blue type? NYK if you think the Knicks are the real New York team, or BKN if you think it's the Nets. Coming up around the corner, we've got a major update on Isaiah Hartenstein and his future with the New York Knicks, as he is going to be an unrestricted free agent coming up this summer. He sat down with Michael Scotto of Hoops Hypes, gave up some really good quotes, and potentially an answer to if he wants to be a New York Knick next season. That's around the corner. Right now, though, I got to tell you about our proud sponsor, Prize Picks. Go to this link, prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use that promo code CLNS. And Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app, will match your first deposit up to $100. All you do is create a lineup of 2 to 6 players, and you simply choose more or less on their projected stat line. Do it now. Play Prize Picks. This is the best time of year to do so, as the NBA playoffs are about 2 weeks away, and the Final Four for the men's and the women's are going down this weekend. They have awesome deals for new and returning users. Turn your basketball IQ into some real money. It's prizepicks.com/CLNS. Promo code CLNS. I play it all the time. Patrick Seatman plays it all the time. You should do it. You should support the show, support the sponsor. It's prizepicks.com/CLNS. Promo code CLNS. Isaiah Hartenstein sat down with Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype, and it sounds like Isaiah Hartenstein wants to remain a member of the Knicks. Scotto pretty much said he wants that to happen. But he also mentioned that he had heard from other rival GMs and front office people across the NBA that Hartenstein could command up to, if not more, than $13 million per year. And that could throw a wrench into things for the New York Knicks. I'll tell you why in a second. But this was the quote from Hartenstein about his upcoming free agency. He said, "I'm focused on what I'm doing right now. I know I've put myself in a great position to get a little upgrade." Bag talk. Right now, I'm focused on the Knicks. I love it here. And hopefully we'll figure something out. But at the end of the day, business is business. And Michael Scotto said, "If the money is equal, you'd stay a Knick?" And he said, "Yeah, I would." Thing is, the money is the problem here. The New York Knicks can offer a max value of $14.4 million per year to Isaiah Hartenstein. So that's about a 4-year, $60 million deal. That's the most the Knicks can offer him because of the early bird rights. They can pay him up to 175% of the money that he was on his last deal, and that was when he signed a 2-year, $16 million deal. So 175% of $8 million. The Knicks can only go that high. And he's earned a bag. He sure has. He has played his tail off this year. If you watch the Knicks games, this guy pops off the screen, man. He's gotten much better on the offensive end when it comes to putting the ball in the basket. That left-hand push shot from anywhere from 7 to 12 feet has almost become automatic from him in the paint. And the Knicks at times run their offense through him like he's Joakim Noah of the old Tom Thibodeau Bulls days, one of the best passing big men in this league, and his defensive versatility is electric. And he's doing all of this with a bad Achilles tendon, which scares me a little bit. But I believe that when healthy, he is a top 10 center in this league. There's a reason the Knicks were the best team in the NBA in the month of January when he was playing north of 30 minutes per game. He's a really, really good player, and I want him to be a part of this team going forward. But I wouldn't be surprised if a team out there gives him $4 for $80 million, $20 million a year. And am I going to be mad at Hartenstein if he takes $20 million from, let's say, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and then we can only offer him 14? No, go get your bag. I get that. And that's what scares me. And here's my hot take of the show. I'm not sure I'm almost confident that Mitchell Robinson, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Precious Achiuwa will not all be on the Knicks next year. And take it a step further, I don't see how Robinson and Hartenstein are on the Knicks next year. Robinson makes about $15 million per year. Are you going to pay Hartenstein $15 million too, and then you're going to pay $30 million per year to the center position? There's so many slices and pieces of the pie to go around. It'll be interesting. I also think the Knicks could try to use Mitchell Robinson as a trade piece as they have in the past. So my question to you to end today's show is this. If you could only have one of these studs on the Knicks next year, who would it be? Is it iHart? Is it Mitchell Robinson? Type 55 for Hartenstein or 23 for Mitch? This is a really tough question for me. But if I had to answer, my answer is both. You find a way to keep both. So you have 48 minutes of elite center play. That's kind of what separates the Knicks from a lot of other teams in this league. The toughness, the rim protection, the relentless nature on the offensive glass. I'm not sure how likely that is. So if I had to choose, I would say give me Hartenstein. And I'm not even sure Hartenstein is a better player than Mitch. Or if he is, it is by just a threat. But what he does, I think, kind of opens up the Knicks a little bit more. Mitch is a better straight-up rim protector. Mitch is a better straight-up offensive rebounder. But Hartenstein keeps the possession alive when he touches the ball on offense. Hartenstein can dribble handoff to a backdoor player or throw a backdoor pass to someone and get an easy bucket. Sometimes when you pass the ball to Mitch on offense, it's a dead possession. Sometimes when Mitch is on the floor, you're playing 4-on-5. And I don't think the drop-off from the defense from Mitch to Hartenstein is as wide as some people think. I think Hartenstein is better at moving his feet. I think Hartenstein does a better job in switching situations. I think he's better guarding on the perimeter. I just think he's more of a modern big, and I like him in the starting lineup next to Jalen Brunson. That two-man game, you just become a more potent offense. So if I had to choose, I would go Hartenstein. I would hate to choose. I want to keep both, but that is my answer on that. Jam-packed show today. Appreciate you for tuning in. If you made it this far in the video, hit that thumbs up icon and then hit me up on social media at @MarshallGreen_. And let's go Knicks.